Day in the Slant 6 Plymouth. My parents were true believers in spanking, alright. I was watching a TV talk show the other day when I heard one of the guests, some pseudo-psychological idiot, say, "Don't ever spank your children. It'll squelch their personality." I'm here to tell you, Mama squelched my personality all over the house. Until you've been shook so hard that spit flies out of your mouth, swings around, and lands with a slap on the back of your head, you have not had a happy childhood. And Dad was such a true believer that he could do it long distance. See, I was such a brat, I almost had whipping in college. My brother and I went to Liberty University. We chose Liberty University because it allowed students to bring guitars, which most of the other church schools didn't. And it was 1,300 miles from home. I'll never forget the moment Mom and Dad dropped my brother and me off in the parking lot of the Thomas Road Baptist Church, which was on the main campus at the time. My parents turned their big car around and sped back to Houston. I'm sure that was so I wouldn't see them cry at the thought of not having me around the house. Those tire marks they left were just slipping the gear shift. As their tailgates were getting smaller and smaller in the distance, I remember thinking, yes, thank God they're gone. No more parents, no more rules, no more homework. I was in college now. Right. The first thing the dean told me to do was get a haircut. Everyone's hair was so short at Liberty that my school yearbook looks like a bowling ball catalog. Then there was the dress code and the curfews and the rules. Oh yes, the rules. No dancing, no movies, and no single dates until you were a senior. My dormitory also left much to be desired. It was an old downtown hotel. No TV, no phone, no air conditioning, and our beds were Mel's jobs they'd purchased from an insane asylum. But I was lucky. I only had one roommate. Unfortunately, he came with the bed. Church schools try hard. They try to keep every student safe and sinless and every parent happy, but this one had yet to handle an AED freshman. Make that an AED freshman with a car. My dad found a gray 1973 Plymouth Valiant for my brother and me. It was a great car, but ugly. Yeah, a Slant 6 engine. I don't know what that is, except that they run forever. And we ran it forever. My brother and I had a group of crazy friends, like Mick and Rick, for instance. Boy, were they talented. They could do face contortions better than mine. They're identical twin brothers and were 5'4" each. I told them if their mother's zygote hadn't split, they would have been 10'8". One night, I had the car to myself. I decided I was going to take about 5 girls to eat pizza. So we all piled into the Plymouth Valiant and headed toward Sal's Pizza. Everything was fine until we started home in the old Plymouth. I was cutting up, acting smart to impress those girls, driving crazy. But then I stopped at a red light. And there, in front of us, was a hippie-looking van with a bumper sticker that said, "If you see the van rocking, start knocking and come on in." At least that's what I thought it said. What I think it really said was, "If you see the van rocking, don't start knocking." So, since I was young, stupid, and hyperactive, even at 17, I threw the car into park, jumped out, ran up to the van, started banging on the back. Told you I was stupid. All of a sudden, every door in that van opened up, and 1,800 hippies fell out of that thing. I popped my eyeballs back into their sockets, ran back to my car, jumped in, locked the door. What I didn't realize was that all the other doors were unlocked, and the girls weren't getting to them fast enough. Finally, we had all the doors locked in time, but there we were, stuck at a red light with 1,800 long-haired, pot-smoking looking type hippies circling the Plymouth. And when they started kicking the car, I ran that light, red or not. But breaking the law didn't stop these crazed hippies. That van chased us all over Lynchburg, Virginia. The Slant 6 might have run forever, but it sure didn't run fast. You know, when a Volkswagen van can keep up with you, you aren't traveling at the speed of sound. "Come on, car, come on," I kept yelling. With those hippies right behind, I dropped the girls off in front of the dorm. But it still wasn't over because I had to drive back around to the YMCA parking lot to park my car, then walk back to the dorm where the hippies would surely be waiting for me. I parked, inched out of that Plymouth Slant 6, and slunk back in the direction of the dorm, keeping to the shadows. Meanwhile, though, the girls had rushed inside and told all the football players about it. And by the time I got back, the football players were standing outside with baseball bats ready to bop some hippie heads. Being the shy, squeamishly intelligent person that I am, I hate the sight of blood, specifically my own. I ducked in the side door, ran up to my room, and checked out the scene from my window. I wasn't about to stay down there where anyone could get hurt, especially me. Then, when you know it, my perfect brother told my dad about it. And my father grounded me long distance from using the car. He said, "Mark, you can't use the car for a week. If I hear about you using the car, I'll fly up there and I'll whip you. Do you understand?" I was in college and my father was still threatening to spank me. Silly, right? Hey, what big stuff college freshman would have listened to that? Me, that's who. It didn't cross my mind to drive the car because my perfect brother would tell him and I'd get a whipping right there in front of the dorm. He'd fly out there and spank me, and I would have had to bend over to let him do it. Talk about rocking and knocking. Now that would have been embarrassing.